The Wood Shop is sponsored by ChefwareKits, with hundreds of items for wood turners. All right, welcome back. I have a box Jon Peters sent me, and it's all little cut-off pieces from projects he's been working on. So I'm going to try and figure out a project for those. So let's go ahead and see what's in here. All right, so here's what's in it. Just some beautiful piece of wood. I believe this is Padauk, and this is zebra wood. A lot of walnut pieces. Bunch of little walnut pieces. That is mahogany, I believe. And there's a piece, a little cut off that he was working on. He inlaid that strip in there. So I think, and I'm not sure, John, what is that? That's a beautiful piece of hardwood. I probably get some gorgeous pins out of that. All right, so another piece of walnut. All right, and then there's a whole little stack of little Padauk pieces. It looked like it was a long run he had, or board, and cut it up for something. I think I'm gonna try and do a little segmented box. I think that would be, maybe stack these up and glue them together, and maybe put a couple walnut little accent pieces in. Maybe out of that piece of walnut though. I don't think that one's quite wide enough. What's this one? Oh, that one might work. Maybe we can stack up and then cut this off and put another piece of walnut in there and make a block, and then make a box out of that. I'm not sure what, well, that kind of looks like Padauk too, but I'm not sure. All right, little block there. Some of it's just got some defects in it, but even like that piece there, you can use the corner over here and make a pin out of it well, that's good wood right there. So, and then not sure what those were, but definitely get some beautiful pieces out of that too. Thank you so much. It's great. So I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a little box. So I'm going to cut this up into a couple squares, and then glue them together and see how that comes out. All right. Now let's get that cut up. All right, I'm just going to true it up, and then I'll put it on a waste block and in the chuck. And be careful on these little spots here. It tends to tear when it hits the straight grain. So I'm going to come in from the side with a bowl gouge, and it lay speed's about 1800. I got a little spot there, but not a big deal. I'm gonna put a very small, like an 1/8 inch tenon on the end of it here, just so when I put it on the waste block, it trues it up, pretty close. And just gonna do that with a parting tool. All right, I'm just gonna fill that with hot glue and then put it on there and glue it on. so I'm going to hollow out the top of the lid here, and then we will part it off and then put the tenon down on the walnut piece. Alright, and I'm just going to use a round nose scraper. I'm just going to dish it out a little bit, and then we'll put a wall in there for the tenon. And it speeds up to 2,000. Alright, I'm going to sand the inside here and then part it off. Alright, so I went up to 600 and I just used 400 and 600 on that lip in there and just hit it lightly so it didn't throw it off. And now I'm going to go ahead and part it off. Okay, when I come in with the parting tool on this, there's going to be a lot of pressure pushing that. So I brought the tailstock up and put in just this little non-stick pad there so it helps support it. And I'm just going to bring it up to about 1,500 RPMs. I'm just going to use the spindle gouge again and clean the whole thing up, and there's a little bit of a ridge right there. Get rid of that. Alright, it goes on pretty tight, but I'm gonna wrap a piece of tape around it and then just finish the very top here, and then I'll finish sanding the rest of it. Alright, and I'm just gonna use the round nose scraper again, just to clean that up. Alright, I'm going to sand that up, a couple of grits, and then I'm going to put a little bit of detail in with the skew. Alright, I just sanded that top to 600. I'm going to go ahead and pull this off now. I'm going to take a Forstner bit, go down into my depth, or actually just before the depth, and then clean it up with the rest of it with a scraper. And then we'll put this back on and sand the whole thing and put the oil on it. Alright, I turned the lathe speed down to 200. Alright, I sanded the inside real quick, and I'm just going to sand the outside. the hot glue. All right, make a little chuck for this, turn around, and we'll clean that back up. All right, I just finished sanding it, and I put a little detail lines on the bottom and the top there, and pops together. All right, there we go. I'll put some pictures up at the very end. But again, John, thank you very much. I can get a lot of little projects like this and pins and things out of all those little scraps. And if you do flat work and don't have a lathe, it might be something to think about. Just stuff he was going to throw away or burn, it's make little projects like this out of. All right, as always, thank you for watching, and I'll do a follow-up video on Monday. And I saw that the trash talk had already started for summer's woodworking birdhouse contest, which is coming up next month. All right, take care.